if you want to have the most amazing romantic relationships possible, then you've got to get to know who the person really is. And you can't do that upon first meeting them. You'll only know who a person is once you start to see how they react when they don't get what they want. When things go wrong for them, when you say no to them, or when life gives them lemons. Do they make lemonade or do they chuck a fit? Do they lie to get more or are they honest and upfront? It's so important to understand that you actually don't know someone. In the beginning, all you know is your projections upon them because we assume that everybody thinks like us. You assume that he's thinking like you. Well, you've got to actually wait until things go wrong to realize who he is. This is when his values will really come out. And it doesn't mean that somebody has to be necessarily perfect, but if someone's got narcissistic qualities and traits, if they disrespect your boundaries, if they don't listen to you, and if they lie, then these are all red flags. And it's why it's so important that you really wait to get to know someone before you totally give them your heart. And this is why sometimes things like literally saying no to sex and to seeing them at certain times, not as a game and not even as a test, just because you understand how it works. You don't just say yes to everything straight away. You do say no. You don't know who this person is, no matter how normal they look, how charming they are, how quirky they are, how much you have in common. You just don't know who they are until you do say no to them, until they don't get what they want from you and from life. So this is my message to you to realize even though you can have feelings for someone straight up. I know I met my husband and we pretty much fell in love and lust the day we met, had a 9-day first date, and then he left the beach that we met on. We didn't see each other for a good 3 months. And then when I came to visit him in England, there were still fireworks, and so I could stay in the country. We ended up getting married about 5 months later. Now, then we got to actually find a lot out about each other because we did have a lot of problems come up with our finances, with some traumas that we went through. And fortunately, we did have the same values already. We had the same dreams, and we weren't just looking for a relationship to mark it off a box. Neither of us were that invested in having to be in a relationship. So we were actually together because we wanted to, because we actually liked each other, we loved each other, and that chemistry and that care was really there. But a lot of people, they'll get into a relationship, maybe they'll have a different, religion or such a different way of seeing the world, and you're like, oh, it won't matter. It will matter. How you feel right now up front it's not everything, especially if they have different values and a different way of seeing life. So really check yourself when you start thinking that, oh, this is the most amazing person ever, and you've just met them, especially because there are a lot more narcissists than you'd realize, people who match your personality and pretend to be who you want them to be. And this is so that they'll love bomb you at the start. And while some people, like my type of people, is more like ADHD mind, although I never really go with the diagnosis, but I tend to, fit the profile. We do sort of love bomb, but it's from a genuine, oh my God, I love your place. And I've had to learn the hard way that I actually don't know a person as much as I think I do, because we have different layers to our personality. We have different parts of ourselves that will get triggered in one situation, whereas another person will act completely differently. Someone will show up for you in a situation where another one will run away, and they can look exactly the same and have the same vibe and same attitude, and you could be completely in love, but you just don't know who they are. So I hope this has been helpful for you to realize that it's really about getting to know someone over time. And even if you have those feelings in the beginning, if you do start to notice these red flags of them not listening to you, not communicating with you, of lying to you, of being dishonest and deceitful and just making you feel sort of crappy, then you got to cut it off before the emotions, the feelings really develop. And if they already have, then remind yourself just how much better life will be when you're not putting up with someone that actually continues to hurt you. So I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.